Welcome to the FBA Lifestyle Podcast.
All right, what is up, folks? We're back. FBA Lifestyle Podcast in the building. We got the homie Brandon on the line. So in SD, so Brandon, he's in the 90-day FBA challenge. We're about a month in right now. And so I was so happy to see Brandon join because Brandon is one of our original Chiang Mai homies. Yes, since 2014 when Parker and I first came out to Thailand to go to the Dropship Lifestyle Conference. October of 2014, Brandon was at that conference. So Our e-commerce journey started at the exact same time. And so long story short, like you got into FBA for a while and then you got out of it. And now you're getting back into it, basically. That's the summary. But yeah, we decided to have you on the podcast, kind of share your whole story and kind of how the first month of the FBA challenge has been going. And so yeah, Brandon, what's up? How's SD?
SD's amazing. The beautiful weather as always, and not a bad place to be stuck in quarantine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Nice,
amazing.
nice. So that's your hometown, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. Well, I guess let's go back kind of to your story and what led you to here and joining 90-day FBA.
So I am a full-time copywriter, and that I pick up clients, and I wanted to invest into something that didn't rely on clients, and that was more that was back in e-commerce and Amazon. So it was when I saw your ad, it was literally like the day before the challenge started. I think it was like the day of it was going to stop, the challenge to start.
Nice.
So it was like, oh, okay, this is something that I've always wanted to get back into, and I just immediately joined the challenge.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so you were at the DSL conference, same one as me. Were you doing dropshipping for a while back then?
Yeah, so I've jumped from thing to thing, and I was dropshipping. I did some Amazon. Then I got hit with the car, and I stopped. And then I did some SEO. But my writing has always been like the core skill. It's always been a part of like through all that stuff. It's been my writing. So I've just been focusing on my writing. And now that now's a good time to just be writing and investing in Amazon. That's what's going through my head.
Nice. So yeah, I remember when that happened. Like you don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about, but like for everyone obviously that doesn't know, like you got hit by a car, or is this like some accident? Like actually, I don't even exactly remember the details. Like how did you get hit by a car and what happened?
Yeah, so my friend fell asleep while driving back from LA to San Diego in the car and crashed to the side of the road, soared back into the freeway. We all got out of the car and started pushing my car off a little. It was close to the edge. We were pushing it in the freeway, and a car hit us. A speeding car hit us.
Oh shit!
My buddy broke his spine. Like I broke all of his face. I broke my jaw, nose, collarbone. Like I got a really bad brain injury from that accident, and it still impacts me a lot today.
Like, wow! Holy
I couldn't
shit.
even remember what I did like the day before for like the longest time, and like I still struggle with energy. I get it's called brain fog and TBI exhaustion.
Yeah.
And I have a limited amount of energy each day. I'm like an old guy stuck in this young body. It kind of sucks.
Oh my god! Wow. Holy shit! But you've been back out in Asia. So actually, this January, I was driving my scooter down Hoi Kao Road, and I was like, "Is that Brandon?" Like I saw you like walking, and I like didn't even know you were in Chiang Mai. I was like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, I secretly saw you a few months ago. Okay. So you're back. You were back out to Asia for a little bit, and then were you planning on staying out here, and then you went home just because of the Corona hit, or?
I went back because I had a girlfriend at the time back in San Diego, and then I was gonna fly back to Asia with her, and we had to cancel our tickets because Corona, but we ended up breaking up anyways.
Okay. Cool. Nice. All right, cool. All right, well, shit. All right, yeah, you're back out. Obviously, getting back in the FBA. So you said when Corona hit that like you lost like some clients, or did it slow down a little bit, or?
Yeah, I lost some clients, and that's when I was like, this is a good time to like start and also pick up some clients, but also like pick up my own clients. 'Cause I worked with an agency for like I freelanced for an agency, and then for a while, for like I worked with them for like I worked there at the agency, and then a freelance for them for 2.5 years. So it was a good chance for me to pick up my own clients and build my own stuff.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a great skill. Yeah, I think I'll hand it off to Payman now. I think he's got some questions too.
Cool.
Wow, that's quite a story that you get this. You guys know each other from way back. I didn't know that. That's good to know. And at what point did you decide that it's time for you to switch from dropshipping to Amazon FBA?
I think it seemed a lot more I don't know. It seemed a lot more. I remember there was a guy that presented at the DSL, and I know was that the presentation that you
Yeah, Ben Brandis.
that he sold
I remember
vitamins,
that.
and I remember
I
being
saw the
like, oh,
video.
that's
Yeah.
a good idea, and that's when I was like, it sounded better than dropshipping in my opinion.
Mhm.
So I jumped over to that.
Did you get any success
Nice.
initially with the dropshipping store you were building?
I had a store that had some sales coming in, but it wasn't the ads. It was a pretty heavy product, so the ads like really ate into my profits.
Mm-hmm.
But
Cool. Wow. And then
Yeah.
when you started FBA back then, did you what was your experience first with FBA when you first got into it? Was it successful? Was it not successful? Or how did it go?
you guys know that like the back then was like the golden age of FBA. So
Oh
like you
yeah.
just made it was I had a product and it was selling like 3 or 4 a day without just having it up there without doing anything, and like it was pretty good. But after I just got hit with a car, getting the brain injury, I just kind of I
Hmm.
pulled back and just
Yeah.
focused on graduating.
Yeah, that'll fuck shit
But
up.
now that you do,
What's up?
yeah. Yeah. And then now you're transitioning into this FBA again. What made you think that hey, that this is the right program to start? This is the why did you decide to join the 90-day FBA challenge and not one of the other 25,000 FBA courses out there?
For one, I saw Riley start from ground zero, and I saw
Okay.
him. I was there. I witnessed it. So if there's anyone I could trust, it's the guy Riley I met. When he first got started. I saw him when he first got started. So I was pretty.
Sure.
I trusted that this program was gonna deliver,
Hmm.
and it has been so far.
So, what are your thoughts so far of the challenge? Do you think it's different than? In what way do you think it's different than any other courses so far that you might have taken?
I feel like the weekly masterminds, like really helpful, and that's just you guys just drop a lot of knowledge on us, and us just taking notes and using it. Like every week we have those mastermind calls, and I'm just like, oh, I've added things that I would look for in my products or in my product searching, and right now is the most tedious and the most boring part of it. Part of it is just looking for products to sell.
Hmm.
And you guys have like some checklist of things, to not to sell like electronics, stuff like that. So I'm just, for me, I've gone through and looked more about like what products are selling right now, and just kind of, I didn't do the route of what products I made a list of like what I had, what products I had, and products I see other people had, but like I just went to Jungle Scout and been like just looking at like what products are selling right now and just filtering out which one matches your guys' checklist and products I might be interested in. And even
And
after
all you,
that, sorry, was it?
now go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying that webinar with Megla was it Wednesday? On Wednesday? Yeah, that was like I was like, dang, that's
It was a game changer, eh?
it was. I'm definitely looking into India now.
For sure, because the more we look at things now, the more things are going. It's going towards China not being a viable option, maybe for much longer because of things deteriorating between China and the West, especially with the U.S. and the tariffs and stuff. So we always have to look for other alternatives. And right now, India is, showing to be an amazing opportunity until things settle down with China, and then we can go back to China, because China has a lot of amazing, it's great for sourcing as well, because you have the entire logistics, manufacturing on lock. They've been at it for like the past 20 years and maybe more. They have everything perfectly fine-tuned. So it's an amazing place. It's almost like point and click when it comes to China.
Yeah.
India is like what China was maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago in that regard. That's a good thing and a bad thing. And a good thing because there's tremendous potential. As she said, there's a lot of products that, as Riley keeps on saying, one of the key reasons, key factors to succeed is you have to differentiate your product, find something that is unique from the others. And if you go to India, that's what you'll get. You get products that you cannot get in China. And that's going to allow you to stand out like crazy. So I was so excited that for the past 3 days, I haven't even slept myself. I was just, seriously, I rewatch and rewatch the webinar with Megla at least 3 times.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
not joking. Just taking notes. I don't know if you've read the guide that she has that she gracefully sent to us. I also posted it on the Facebook group. Did you go through that, Brandon?
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just when she described the cultural differences between China and India, I was just surprised how India is like more, like it's how do you say, it's like where they're more, I guess, free flowing, or you won't, things aren't as on time and stuff. And I
Oh
understand
yeah,
that would be just like a part of, like, if you work with China, versus India. But India, they're all handmade products, and a lot of that's was
that's
huge
huge.
differentiator, huge differentiator.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just
So
like she.
so I'll cut off to India right there. We'll get it back to Brandon. But I will say, if you guys listening want to know more about what we're talking about, we did a interview with Megla. Just search FBA Lifestyle India sourcing, and we did a podcast with her all about the opportunities sourcing from India. It's kind of up and coming in the sourcing game. Let's get back to Brandon. What let's see if what if with your first month of product research, if someone was getting into product research right away, I guess what kind of advice and what have you learned from your first kind of month product research, and what would you say to someone, tips you would give to someone getting into it?
Yeah. So first I was, brainstorming, looking at what products I bought and versus what I see other people have. Then I thought it was really slow. It was really, really slow, and it took me a long time to do this. So I thought, like, what's the best way for me to go about this that will save me time? And I was, okay, let's see what's already selling on Jungle Scout. So I would use filters, and that's been like the huge thing. Is like I'm kind of just like narrowing down which products fit my checklist of what I look for, and it's really helped me expedite, build up a list of potential products, and now I'm just kind of digging through them. But the filters, like, how, let's say 300 sales in a month, which is about I would also 300 sales in a month. I would have $10,000 a month in revenue. I would have for the reviews, I would put 3.9 max reviews, just so I can see, are there products that are selling really well that I can improve on, or be.
Okay, nice. So in the challenge, we have this we have this spreadsheet where you list basically your ideas, and basically, to sum it up, you came in first place. I think it was like week 2, you already had 100 ideas in the spreadsheet when everyone else was like closer to around like 30 ish. So I guess what tips would you give to someone, and kind of what have you learned, and basically what's allowed you to go so quickly?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one was using the exclude keywords, include keywords. If I wanted to check, hey, what are some plastic products, I would include the keyword. And what are some products I don't want to see? And I don't want to see electronics. I don't want to see things with the keyword of Amazon Basics, and or like all these other just all these keywords, right? And that is just me going through and putting in keywords I didn't want to see, and it would slowly, that big list of products is like narrows down to like a small pool, and then so when I see it, I'm like, and especially after India, I would look and like, oh, maybe I can do this product or this material, and they would differentiate, and then that's what allowed me to just.
Cool. Okay, cool. So with negative keywords, you're talking about inside Jungle Scout. So yeah, if you guys don't know, obviously if you don't have Jungle Scout, get it. You can get the discount liveandnight.com/Jungle Scout. Shameless affiliate plug in there. Of course, why not? But so when you're inside the Jungle Scout database, you put in your little criteria about what you want to see. It basically scrapes Amazon. It's like a super search for Amazon based on your different criteria, sales, reviews, and you can put in negative keywords there, like brand names, like Amazon basics. So, or like these different electronics keywords, like USB or like charger or like wireless, stuff like that. So you doesn't populate any of those in the results, and it's kind of just a quicker way to browse hundreds of pages and get your eyeballs on different ideas. So that's what context. Cool. And so you were able to get about 100 ideas in about 2 to 3 weeks in your spreadsheet. How many hours a week and hours a day has that been?
I think on my timesheet, I averaged like 26 hours that week, and the next one was like 24. But it's close to 20 hours a week. But again, I was my how can I do this most efficiently, and that's what using those criteria. I'd also got to mention that you have to be really careful because everything is skewed right now. These rankings are skewed right now. So you can have products like puzzles, which wouldn't traditionally be doing really well. You can see on the graphs in Jungle Scout, they're ranking really high right now because people are stuck at home and they're buying puzzles.
So on Jungle Scout, are you able to see past sales history? So you like go back and see what it was doing.
There's a little chart, and you can see how and then you can see the puzzles.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually funny because with the puzzles, because I don't know if I mentioned it on one of the Mastermind calls, but one of my dad's friends, he told her to reach out to me, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to get into FBA. I want to do puzzles." This is like in January.
Oh man!
I was like, "Yeah, go for it. Come up with a unique puzzle idea." I showed her, the keyword research, that you can do with Jungle Scout, and she ghosted. She never replied to one of my messages. Now she's probably kicking herself.
Wow.
So it just goes like, there's always those stories. Like, if you have an idea and you don't do it, just think about what if you don't do it, that feeling of regret, like what if? So anyway, just this small little anecdote about, hey, if you guys have an idea right now, just go for it. You're never going to know. Just freaking go for it.
I think what you said about 1 in 5 products or 1 in 4 products is it's like it's gonna hit the home run in 1 in 4. So I'm trying to really not hit the home run on this one, but like it's that really just gives me like, oh man, it might take 3 or 4 or 5 products before it really taking off.
Yeah, absolutely. This goes hand in hand with like every entrepreneurial quote. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's tons of failures before the success. I just posted on my IG story the founder of Instacart, which is booming right now, the online shopping, online grocery shopping app. It was a little story on him. He had 20 failed startups before his big success of Instacart. And so I just posted that as a reminder to, whether you're FBA seller or whatever, that's the reality of a lot of these big successes. Same with Bill Gates, he had failed products and failed business ideas before his, Microsoft took off. So it's the same thing with FBA. Most people don't hit the home run with their first product. And the people that do their first product and it doesn't take off and they get all discouraged and like, FBA sucks and it didn't make any money. Okay, good luck. Have fun at your job forever. This is the entrepreneurial journey. The entrepreneurial journey is taking swings constantly And I think with the average startup, it's like 1 in 10 like end up actually being profitable. So if you want to launch a traditional startup, have it be that big multi-million billion-dollar idea, at least 10. You know what I'm saying? So, but with FBA, what I found is what you're referring to. I publicly said around 1 in 4 FBA products really catch traction. That's what I've kind of noticed in the FBA seller community over the years. So yeah, I just try to remind everyone that and the big picture is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it never stops. Not every product hits, but with launching a product on Amazon, it's relatively cheaper and quicker than so many more things, possibly in terms of getting a product live. So yeah. Payman, any other things on the agenda on the list there that we missed?
Yeah, just Brandon.
Yeah.
How much do you think has been the fact that there is a daily, checklist and things to do? How helpful has that been for you? And are you following that, or is it
Yeah.
giving you a good guideline and game plan and blueprint?
Yeah, it's giving me a guidance. See if am I ahead or behind, or it's keeping me on track. I think so. It's been really helpful.
Okay.
Cool.
And you following it to the letter, or just roughly, just to keep you on track? And
I'm following it roughly to keep me on track, but
okay.
it's the product research again. It's just I'm always just, even yesterday I found like a new one. It's like, okay, this is like I'm going back and rechanging my 5 that I'm focusing on, and one that I just saw, oh, this one has a patent now, and constantly
So
changing
how
my.
many products do you have currently on your list?
I'm like narrowing down. I think the assignment's to narrow down by 5 by Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've narrowed it down to like 5.
Nice. Then you're gonna start going deep down on those as far as numbers concerned, and then by next week, you can start contacting, reaching out to suppliers.
Yep, that's the plan. That's the
All
plan.
right, good plan. You're on a good track. Good job, buddy. Keep it
Thank
up.
you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And this
Yeah,
this
buddy.
uh, this challenge, for who do you think it's not for?
Who do you think it's not for?
Yeah.
That's I don't someone who is not gonna take any action and not do anything. It's not for them. This is moves fast. Like just when you said that we should order our product soon, like a sample soon. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so quick, like picking it. But uh, yeah, it moves fast. It's gonna like expedite everything, and it's like a good group. You have these constant meetings and meetups and masterminds every week, and they keep you on track, and they're really helpful. So you ask any questions if you're stuck on anything. Um, yeah.
And for who do you think this is a good fit for? What
Every,
kind of
every, every,
people?
everyone wants to jump on e-commerce and be really and just cut through the learning curve, because I feel like I've learned so much from you guys in these couple weeks, and you guys dropped knowledge on me in every mastermind, and like um, and if you want to cut through the learning curve, this is for you. And if you want to get e-commerce and be successful, I think.
And what do you think makes Amazon FBA such a great opportunity versus any other types of e-commerce models out there?
I think the reason why I first got into Amazon was because I think there was a statistic, like a person who goes on Amazon is looking to buy, and so their conversion rate is like ridiculous. So Amazon is a lucrative platform, and it still is, and you guys saying like, even though I started before and I'm just getting restarted now, I think this is just the beginning as well.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's only
Yeah,
gonna be.
I try to remind people, like Amazon's really only been popular for 15 years. Like, Amazon's still a teenager.
Yeah,
We're the first generation that's ever used Amazon in the history of the world, in the history of the galaxy. Think of our kids and our grandkids, and every generation from now on is never going to be say that they were part of the first generation of Amazon. So that's the big picture. It's still very early, and Amazon's still exploding, especially now with this post-corona economy. It's going to continue to blow up. So yeah, there's my little big picture perspective there.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah,
So
cool.
what are your
Yeah,
goals,
yeah.
Brandon? What are your goals for this 90-day? When you started, when you joined this, what was the goal you had in mind that you wanted to achieve at the end of 90 days?
For 90 days to have a product launched on Amazon that's making, what Riley said, like you're having someone make a deposit to you every 2 weeks, and that'd be really nice on top to supplement my writing income. So
Hmm.
I just want to be back out there traveling again, and seeing that Riley out back in Chiang Mai, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's your vision? What's your vision for this next 6 months, especially going towards Q4?
oh, that's I think it does because I have been traveling like every year, and it's so weird because I can't travel, with Corona. I feel like it's just I don't know if it's a good idea to travel right now, but um, it just for me it's just buckling down and building this Amazon and writing, focusing on my writing, and that's it. That's all I have on my mind right now.
Awesome. Do you have any
Nice.
tips for anyone that's considering getting into Amazon or anyone considering joining this 9-day challenge in the future?
Yeah, I'd say do this challenge. Like you're gonna learn so much, and it's gonna really expedite every quickly. And if you are gonna jump into Amazon, make sure you guys you can put in the time. You have the time to put in like at least 20 hours in, and
And what's the number one thing that separates this challenge from any other Amazon course out there, in your opinion?
it's the I like that you guys kept it small. You guys didn't just it's a small group, and you guys were all just helping each other out, and that's what I really liked about it. It's very intimate.
Yes, we did it on purpose because we had a few mastermind calls, me and Riley, say how would we proceed best. And one of the first thing that we agreed on from the beginning is that we want to keep it small so that our goal is not to sell as many courses as possible. We're not selling courses. We
Yeah.
want to get results. That's our most number one focus, because we're not just trying to sell courses. We're trying to build and create success stories. That's our main goal for this project. So that's why we kept it small in the beginning, so we can almost handhold you guys to answer your questions, whether it's on doing the weekly calls or even on the Facebook groups. Anytime you have a question, me and Riley, we're always there to answer your questions right away. Because I've taken a lot of courses myself before, even some of the bigger ones that cost $5,000, $6,000. But
Mm.
once you're in, you're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. You're among like 500, 600 people, just member number 345. And
Yeah.
when you send a ticket, it's gonna take you 48 hours just to get a reply. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
no,
not, and a
exactly.
lot of people they just get frustrated and just give up. So that's why we wanted to. We put everything that the most important part for us was to how to make this so that the students can actually succeed, and as was to keep it small, give them a very specific game plan. Today you do this, tomorrow you do this, and so on and so forth, and be there to help them along the way. Because there's an absolutely mind-blowing stat by Tony Robbins that says 70% of people that buy courses do not even go past the first chapter. And he said, and the reason for that is because, again, most courses are just a bunch of videos, which are, well, I don't know about you, but I don't feel like spending like hours and hours each day just watching boring videos, you know? I'd like to
Yeah.
get going, asking questions, stuff like that. So that's the first thing we wanted to change, is to make it as interactive, as fun, as engaging as possible, and not just, here's your course, here's
Mm.
your videos, good luck, watch it, and if any question, post it and we'll get back to you within 48 to 72 hours. No, that was the wrong
Yeah.
way to do it. So that's why we kept it
Especially with
small.
a business model like this that requires
Oh yeah,
creativity and ideas. Like you
exactly.
got to bounce your ideas off people. Like this is not just yeah, a course where you can just yeah, it requires creativity and having that mastermind is obviously crucial. So anyways, Brandon, keep up the good work. You're
Hmm.
killing it. You're in first place. Yeah, it's like we're working together. You know, that's the cool thing about this. It's
Exactly.
like we want everyone in the group to have a profitable product and get success, because then all their friends are going to know, and then other people are going to get curious, and then it's just only going to promote our Amazon school that we're trying to put on here. So yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for being on. yeah, stay tuned to FBA Lifestyle on all the platforms. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, Brandon. And probably see you out here in tropical Asia sometime soon.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Have a good one, buddy. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the FBA Lifestyle Podcast. Don't forget to follow on all podcast platforms, YouTube, and Instagram. Ready to fast track your first or next FBA product? Ready to create a real product that leaves the competition in the dust? Then check out the 90-Day FBA Challenge, a 12-week accelerator program with weekly coaching calls where we help you go from zero idea what to sell to a product live on Amazon within 90 days. And download the free Amazon Secrets ebook, FBA Lifestyle, the Amazon Experts. Start your FBA business. Achieve the freedom lifestyle.